What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are back. We are back with another daily trade review. One thing when I do my daily recaps that you all already know before I get started is whether it was a red day or a green day and what my either loss or profit was for the day. Pretty much know that by the thumbnail. But the one thing that you don't know until you actually watch these reviews is how the day actually came about. I say that to say in today's recap, our first three trades were actually red trades. 3 red trades out the gate. And then we took the fourth and final trade, and that was a solid green trade. And we finished the day up green. Wasn't a big green, wasn't anything spectacular. That one particular trade we did hit our target on, but I say all of that to say with proper risk and trade management, you can have 3 losing trades and 1 winning trade, and you still will have a green day. So let's go ahead. Let's get the thumbnail watch list pulled up. We'll take a peek at what we were watching. We'll get TRADERVUE pulled up and we will get up out of here. So let's go. All right. So this was the watch list that we were looking at today. Had a few more items on there than yesterday. We had HT on the watch list. We didn't take any trades on that one. We see that it opened, flushed down, and then later on in the afternoon, it finally made a move. We had DVN on the watch list. No trades on that. We had KZR. KZR on the watch list. That thing pretty much just sold off all day long and no trades there. We had UAL, United Airlines. We had an airline stock on there. We did take a trade on that one. This was our first trade of the morning. Red trade out the gate. Next, we had BA, Boeing, nothing there. And you see the pattern with a lot of these. They just sold off about 30 minutes into the market. We had WIN. We had WIN on the watch list. No trades there. We had Oxy. We actually took a trade on Oxy. This is one of those that I wish I could have back. Actually took a full loss on this trade here. We had LVS, which is Las Vegas Sands Corporation. And we had Disney. We took a trade on Disney, and it was a red trade. The one that you don't see on here, that you do not see on here, which was our green trade, was YSG. YSG. We found YSG after the market had opened, after we had took those 3 losing trades, and found it, and we found a decent pattern to get into the trade on, and it worked. Nice solid trade. Of course, we got the markets here. I did take a put play on the Qs. Bought 1 put in the retirement account with intentions on holding it. It was a monthly put contract, expires July. It ended up going 2R and we got out of it. Big mistake, because we left a lot of money on the table had we held that. But let's go ahead, let's get TRADERVUE pulled up. We'll look at the details. And what we're gonna do today is actually review these in TRADERVUE. And then what I think I'm gonna do is do the trade of the day, and we'll review that one in Thinkorswim. But this is what we were looking at today. Reviewing trades for June 28th, Tuesday. We are almost out of June. We took 4 trades today. Closed P&L, 32.60. Not even a full R out of the day. But it was a green day and it could have been a lot worse. So I am not complaining. You see what we traded. You see the volume. You see the difference in the volume. I will say United, this was a half lot. This was a small position. I was only risking $25 on that one. That was a half lot trade. These here were full lot positions. Full lot positions. But like I said in the previous video, the share size is all dependent on the stop size. So small stop, gonna need more shares. And we'll see that once we get to reviewing. So let's go ahead, let's get started with United, UAL. UAL, we got in that one at 9:38 this morning. We took 45 shares. The shares traded is always in and out. So 45 in, 45 out. Closed P&L on the day, $14.85. Let's take a look at our maximum unrealized gains. We were up a total of $13.95 in this trade. Maximum unrealized losses, $14.85. We stopped out, so that's going to be the full closed P&L amount on that one. Let's go ahead. Let's take a peek at the charts. Let's look at the pattern, or maybe lack thereof a pattern that we were looking at. So we see on the 2-minute chart that United opened strong. First of all, we see the gap. Nice gap up, clean over this area here. It was a little excessive. Reason I say that, you really just wanted to kind of barely clear all of this stuff. But gapped up, it made this move, and then it started kind of flagging over. We took a trade when it broke the high of that candle right there. We put our stop down below this candle here. We gave it quite a bit of room. Really could have put the stop right up under here, and we would have gotten at least 1 R out of that trade. Because if you look at this candle and you look at the size of that move going up, you see that that move is a little more than the length of that candle. But a little extended, definitely a little extended on that trade, but not much. Just didn't work. Came up, peekabooed over. And one thing that I do like that is on Thinkorswim's charts when we do these reviews is you can see where I put the put my areas of support and resistance. So we are going to do this just a little bit different than what we just said we were going to do. I'm going to flip back over here to Thinkorswim real quick, just so you can see. We see that that came right up to this area that we had marked on the chart. Right here, came up, and then just failed. I should have been monitoring this and knowing when this got here and it didn't break it, or if it pulled back and didn't go again and break it, to get out. Because I actually could have saved myself a little money on this trade right here with that move doing that. So that was one thing, like I said, it makes reviewing them in Thinkorswim a little bit better. But let's go back to TRADERVUE. Again, I said the stop was down there. Once I saw that this was failing and it got below VWAP, I just moved the stop up, got out of it. No sense in staying in this and letting this come all the way back down, stop us out full. So out the gate, lost 15 bucks. Nothing big in the grand scheme of things. We just go start looking for our next trade. And that one was Disney. Lost 25 bucks on Disney. We lost a half R on Disney. Got in that one at 943. We see that maximum unrealized was 1980. Maximum unrealized loss, 2580. That's what we lost in that trade. We'll come down here to 2-minute chart. Let's see what we were looking at. On the 2-minute chart, it's not really anything impressive. We see that it was setting even highs, kind of flagging up. It was kind of setting higher lows here. Let's take a peek at it on the 5-minute. And before we do that, let's look at that gap. There's another fairly excessive gap there. Pretty big gap. So we like that to just barely like clear that. That's normally a decent gap, but let's take a peek at it on the 5-minute. On the 5-minute, we had you can call that a 3-bar play, but this second candle, you really don't want this one to go lower than half of this big candle. It being a top and tail, that really wasn't a big thing, but would have wanted the buyers to not let it drop down this far. So sellers were in this one pretty good. Let's look at the volume on that. See the volume, it's a lot more volume than was in that candle there. So we're getting in when it breaks that. We're putting our stop down here and playing this to the high side. Let's go ahead. Let's take a peek back inside of Thinkorswim real quick. I'll let you see what I was seeing on the chart. Just like United, we had an area marked on the chart that was going to act as resistance. It came right up to it, came back down. It was done. It was done. It gave us a little area where it kind of pushed back up. When this would not have set a higher high, we could have got out right there. Again, saving us a little bit of money. Both of these trades, we pretty much had got in and we're just kind of looking at some other stuff. Wasn't really monitoring them. Pretty much got in them on cruise control. Stop set. Target is set. And then once we saw them failing, that's when we kind of moved the stop up. But it had already passed the point of no return on salvaging and either getting out break even or making a little bit of money. But that was Disney. That was Disney. And you see how the market just kind of rolled over on us this morning. Just started off like it was going to be going higher. And it just flip-flopped on us. But we out the gate strong, 2 red trades. And then we took Oxy. Oxy is one that we were chasing on this thing. 52 bucks, so we took a full stop on this one. Maximum unrealized, $4.50. Maximum unrealized losses, 52. That's the full stop. Let me see something real quick. Do this on my other screen because I think I see something. Exactly. There we go. I like TRADERVUE because it's giving you good details. That was our stop right there. Our stop was 65 cents. And let's take a peek at this. No real pattern here. No real pattern. The entry would have been right here. And that's why I say we chased this one and kind of got in late. When this made this move, it pulled back. It left this nice bottom and tail. We wouldn't have gotten triggered in on this candle because it didn't break that one. But this gave us an opportunity to get in here, put the stop down there, and we see that this thing easily made target. First target area would have been right here. First area of concern would have been right there, but we see it blaze right through there. We got in up here. This was a little high, a little extended from the VWAP. Thought being once it broke the highs of these here, it would run. We see it just peekabooed over and then it rolled over. Let's take a peek at it on the 5 minute. 5 minutes shows that same nice pattern right there, especially if the volume, see what the volume was like. Fairly low volume on those red candles, so that's good. Decent volume on that green candle. This is where we should have been getting in the trade at. Up here, way extended, way extended. We're just chasing at that point, trying to see if we can do something. So not really a good trade right there. That probably was our only one that really was not a very good trade. The other ones I could live with. That one right there, that was not really a good trade. And then our last trade of the day, like I said, we had took those 3 red trades and was just kind of scrolling through. The watch list wasn't doing, the thumbnail watch list wasn't doing much of nothing. And just scrolling through, trying to see what we can find on some of our other watch list. Went through the watch list that gives me stocks that are higher than the previous day's highs. Nothing on there. So then I just went to the gap list, the standard gap list that I find ideas on. Came across YSG. And let's take a peek at the details on YSG. We see we took 2,500 shares. Took 2,500 shares on that. Took that many shares because we had a 2-cent stop. So had 2-cent stop, 5-cent target. 2-cent stop, 5-cent target, 2,500 shares. Look at that. That's perfect. I like when I'm doing the stocks because it's giving me all the information right there I need. So maximum unrealized is what we made, 125. We got out when we hit our target. Unrealized losses, $25. That was half of our risk. It was risking 2 cents. It came down 1 cent. And price MFE, that was that's what we had our target. We wanted to make 5 cents on the trade. So this is good information right here on your stats because it's telling you exactly. Let's see, I've never clicked this. What's this? Let's see what it is. Maximum interim profit during the trade. So they say it's usually referred to as maximum favorable excursion. I'm gonna just call it unrealized gains. Maximum MA, maximum adverse, going against you. It's adverse. So that's maximum unrealized losses. Price MFE, maximum favorable price movement during the trade, independent on position size. So it's when you take that number, multiply it by position size. Same thing on the other one for adverse. So good information right there. I never clicked that button because I never really paid it any mind. But let's take a look at the chart on this one. So this is what I saw when I looked at this stock. It was just running. You would get this little small pullback, maybe one red candle. It came up, kind of consolidated over, little flag, came up, another 1 or 2 red candles, came up, pulled back 2 red candles. Then it made this move up and it gave those 2 candles. And I'm just looking at the transition as this was going higher. And I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get an order in. These 2 candles here were 1 cent. That's 1 cent in those candles. I could have put the stop right below that, but I wanted to give it an extra penny. So 2 cent stop, which had my stop down here. Got in right there. Target was 5 cents. 6 minutes later, we see we were hitting the target. On the 5 minute, it was just straight up. It was just straight up. In this particular trade, I was so tempted to move my target up, and I had to fight with myself not to do it. And we see it could have gotten moved up another penny or two, because that's all it went was 2 more pennies. But let's take that 2 to 1. Let's stick to it, because we see that 2 to 1 on this one trade made up the deficit of 3 negative trades. So that was our final trade of the day in the main account. We did take one other trade in our retirement account. Like I had mentioned, it was a Q put. Let's take a peek at this one real quick on the in Thinkorswim. This will be our trade of the day, YSG. Let's take a peek at YSG. And we'll just kind of click some details on there. Actually, we got them. You know why we got them? Because this is our second time doing this video. I did it, posted it. Some of y'all may have already seen it posted. I'm trying a new mic out. I don't know if you can see it. Got a lapel mic on. Usually I'm using this desk mic, but I had a couple of lapel mics laying around. So I said, let me try that lapel mic, especially with my new setup with the camera behind me where I can kind of swivel around, talk to y'all. Try to get the audio stable. But this is where we got in at, right there. Our stop was down there. Like I said, that was a 1 cent candle. So getting in this trade, I'm seeing this, highlight the candle. If you go up there to the top, you'll see, again, date, time, open, high, low, close, range. Those are what those numbers are at the top. The two that I'm paying attention to is the high and the range. Range is going to tell me what my stop size is. The high is going to tell me where I need to get in at. And then I multiply the stop size by 2. That tells me where I need to set my target at. Very simple, very simple. And very simple to set that up inside of Thinkorswim with the ladder. But that was that trade. Nice, solid trade right there. And that's going to be it. We're going to wrap this one up. Hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, some people may have already watched the previous video. Pretty much same information. I'm just making this one, trying out a new mic. Just trying to see how this mic sounds. And like I say, we'll probably be doing most of the reviews inside of TRADERVUE, just because it's giving us all the information that we need. Only thing, like I say, that you can't see in TRADERVUE is when I put my areas of support and resistance. That's the only downside about doing those in TRADERVUE. But we will do one, maybe two, inside of Thinkorswim that we can call our trade of the day. YSG definitely was our trade of the day. We hit target on that one. It got us out of the red. Just an overall good trade. And that's going to do it. Hope to catch y'all here again tomorrow. Peace.